You know, I don't hate people. I just don't want to be around most of them anymore. And, I've been trying to figure out why that is. 15 years ago, if I wanted to go to the casino and nobody wanted to go with me, I just wouldn't go. Going by yourself, that sounded kind of depressing. Now, man, I go by myself all the time. Hell, I even take trips to Vegas by myself. And you know what? I have a blast. I walk around, people watch, eat where I want, leave when I want. I don't have to spend 20 minutes deciding where everybody else wants to eat. I don't know if I actually enjoy being alone or if I just enjoy doing whatever the hell I want, whenever I want. As I've gotten older, I don't think I like being around people any less. I just don't tolerate their BS like I used to. Like the other day, I was out in the yard here, picking up dog crap, and I just started laughing. My neighbors actually pay somebody to come pick up their dog's crap. I mean, seriously, you pay someone to come pick up your dog's crap out of your own yard? When did that become a thing? Can you imagine back in the 80s, trying to start a side hustle? You go to your neighbor, hey, Mr. Peterson, I'll clean up your dog crap out of your yard for a couple bucks. He laughed you right back across the street. I've noticed something else too. If I really want to relax, I go fishing. And when I go fishing, I leave my phone at home most of the time. Not because I forget it. I just don't want it, man. I don't want the emails or the text messages or anybody calling me, asking me if I can do something for them or whatever, I just want a little time where nobody needs anything from me. And if somebody walks up and starts talking my ear off while I'm fishing, I'll just kind of politely move on down the way or to the other side of the pond. Nothing against them. I just came out there to fish. Not hear why they think the rooster tail's the greatest fishing lure ever made, 25-year-old me probably would have thought that sounded pretty boring. 53-year-old me thinks that sounds like a perfect afternoon. And it's not that I don't like people anymore. I just don't have the unlimited patience for everybody anymore. I was talking to a younger adjuster at work the other day about an estimate he was writing. And he kept explaining to me why this particular type of roof couldn't be repaired. Now, it wasn't that he was younger, and it wasn't even that he was wrong. It was how unbelievably confident he was while being wrong. Then he asked me how long I'd been doing this job. I look at him like, since you were crapping your diapers, Junior. You could almost hear the gears grinding in his head. His tone changed, for about 5 seconds. Then he went right back to explaining my job to me. I just don't have the patience for the conversations like that anymore. Recently, I got in an argument with a neighbor on Facebook. It was over something completely stupid, I'm sure. I really don't even remember what it was about. At one point, they finally hit me with, "Okay, boomer." And I guess they thought that was supposed to make me mad or something, and it didn't. I just kind of sat there and thought, well, now I know what I'm dealing with. Then I closed my Facebook and went right on with my day. 25 years ago or 20 years ago, I would have probably sat there arguing with that idiot for another hour trying to prove how right I was. These days, I've learned you can't fix stupid. Sometimes it's just easier to let people be wrong and let life teach them the same hard lessons it taught the rest of us. Maybe that's what getting older really is. It's not that you stop liking people. It's that you stop feeling like you have to do things you don't actually enjoy. You stop arguing with strangers online. You stop going places just because, everybody else is going. You stop pretending every invitation sounds like a good time. You start protecting your peace instead of apologizing for it. And, people say, you need to get out more. And I'm like, why? Society acts like wanting to be left alone is some kind of personality flaw. And maybe we're not just becoming antisocial. Maybe we're just running out of reasons to fake it. Or maybe we're just getting smarter.